On 27 September, a workshop was held on the protection, development and promotion of intangible cultures of South Asia.
The most important, I think, is information, how to create information pool through inventory making, through a shared database of artists. Then secondly, to facilitate and support the transmission and dissemination of traditional skills, knowledge and practices. And of course, the most important perhaps is heritage education. Our youth have lost that vital links to our culture, which is very much needed, but how to revitalize it and bring it back in through energizing the youth to take up, to understand, to take up research, to take up skill development, how to bring this into curricular framework, how to make college and school education more vibrant and active. So this is something we have to think of very urgently as a very important initiative.
After a thought-provoking presentation, there were insightful demonstrations from India and Sri Lanka.
The Chow dance started in 1205 AD and still it is continuing with oral method. There is no book, nothing. This dance form started from the cantonment and the beginners are warrior. So how they imitate the movements of animals, birds, I'll show you just one or two so that you can see the tiger movement, how they imitate tiger movement, how they incorporate in their fight sequence the same tiger movement.
Now we are going to demonstrate Gajaga Vannama. It describes a behavior of an elephant.
The workshop ended with the participants sharing their views.
We artists, we performer ourselves, we are struggling to preserve these traditional dances and folk dances and classical dances in our country.
If SAARC want to do something for development or some preservation of the intangible cultural heritages, they should consider sensitization the people.
If we could have more and more interactive sessions, in a sense, I have felt that there has been a gap.
It has to be print documentation, it has to be video documentation, it has to be oral documentation, it has to be multidisciplinary style of scientific documentation of each piece.
It is not to make these traditions into just museum pieces, but to create the space where the art gradually keeps evolving.
The Culture Ministers meeting has also agreed to establish a SAARC Heritage Committee, which would take care of not only the built heritage or the tangible heritage on the lines of the World Heritage Committee of the UNESCO, but also take a wider view on the heritage in its totality.
Over the next 2 days, performances from the region continued to mesmerize the audience, a testimony to the rich and varied cultural heritage of South Asia.
As we come to the end of this festival, I once again thank all those who made this festival possible. The last item was truly testimony of the whole concept of unity within diversity. And I hope we see many more of these festivals that are so instrumental in bringing together the people of the SAARC region. Thank you.